I'm about to take this topic and turn it into a fresh, commentary-driven YouTube script that feels like a creator thinking out loud, not a recap. I'll lean into strong opinions, personal takes, and broader context while keeping facts clear and sourced from the material you provided. Let's dive in. Hey everyone, quick question to kick things off. What happens when a public figure leans on their inner circle right after a breakup, and the circle happens to be a very stylish, very private, and very internet-averse LA barber with a growing creative brand? That's the vibe we're unpacking today, centered around Kelly Osbourne and her close friend Kiinicki. I'm not just listing gossip. I'm reading the room, the optics, and what this could all mean for Kelly's next chapter. Personally, I think it's a case study in how fame, grief, and reinvention intersect in real time on social media. First, let's set the stage. Kelly Osbourne has just navigated a high-profile split from Sid Wilson, the father of her son, after a 7-month engagement. The timing matters. In the wake of a breakup, celebrities often rush to cement their support network or redefine their identity in public. What makes this moment interesting is how Kelly is letting everyday moments, matching tattoos, candid home life clips, and stylish androgynous outfits, become a narrative about healing and choosing who stands beside you when the camera isn't rolling. What this really suggests is, healing in public isn't just about the person. It's a signal to fans about who you're choosing to be after trauma. Idea 1. The power of the inner circle as a storytelling device. Kiinicki isn't just a friend. They appear to be a creative partner, an LA barber and fashion-minded artist behind hella good hair. The fact that Kiinicki features in Kelly's content signals a shift from a traditional support system to a co-creative one. What this means to me is that Kelly might be leaning into community-driven reinvention, embracing people who can texture her public persona with art, hair, fashion, and identity. This matters because it reframes healing as collaborative rather than solitary. If you take a step back and think about it, many celebrities who survive tough times do so by weaving their recovery into a brand ecosystem. Friends who double as collaborators, not just confidants. A deeper pattern emerges. Authenticity in the modern celebrity economy often translates to visible, messy, human partnerships rather than pristine, isolated resilience. Idea 2. The visual language of their bond. The posts show them in relaxed, stylish, almost androgynous tailoring, layered coats, tinted sunglasses, and a moment that looks like a tattoo session. My read? This is intentionally aesthetic storytelling. It's not random. It's designed to signal a shared identity, an affinity for fashion-forward expression and body art as markers of solidarity. What makes this interesting is how it blends normal life with late-stage celebrity branding. The tattoos, the hands-in-frame moment, the casual headwear, these are not mere captions. They're a language. People often misunderstand this as just Instagram, but in reality it's a carefully curated language of relationships, risk, and belonging within a celebrity space that thrives on connectedness and visibility. Idea 3. The speculation versus the reality of their relationship. There are rumors that Kiinicki might be more than a friend, with headlines surfacing about a romantic angle. Here's where media dynamics come into play. In my opinion, the mere existence of speculation can be more impactful than confirmation because it keeps the audience engaged in a dialogue about what relationships mean in fame. What does it mean to redefine your love life in the public eye? What many people don't realize is that rumor cycles often serve as a testing ground for fans' acceptance of new narratives around a celebrity's personal life. If you look at the bigger trend, it's the ongoing shift toward fluid relationship storytelling in pop culture. Non-traditional labels, chosen families, and partnerships that blur the line between friend groups and romantic circles. In short, the rumor mill becomes a kind of social experiment in what audiences will accept as normal. Idea 4. The broader context of Kelly's life post-Ozzy and post-loss. The report notes a move from a farm life in Iowa to a more UK-based family footprint, especially after Ozzy's passing. This isn't just biographical trivia. It signals a transition from rural, farm-grounded living to a cosmopolitan, transnational identity. What makes this striking is how a family loss, especially in a figure tied to a legendary legacy, can accelerate a public-facing pivot. The takeaway: when you're grieving a towering figure in your life, your surroundings and daily rituals shift, and so do your social networks. The longer arc here is about recalibrating identity after a monumental loss and reassembling your ecosystem with people who can help you navigate both the grief and the next act. A detail I find fascinating is how this interplay between personal healing and public persona often yields new creative collaborations that feel both intimate and aspirational. Deeper insight, the social media micro-ecosystem as a healing apparatus. What this really underscores is how modern celebrities curate not just images, but a living, evolving story with the help of close friends who can double as collaborators. The quick shifts, from playful home moments to tattoo sessions to fashion-forward selfies, suggest a method. Using daily life content as a way to normalize change, to demonstrate resilience, and to invite fans into a shared journey rather than a guarded private one. If you step back, this is part of a bigger trend. Creators leveraging intimate, non-scripted moments to build trust and longevity in their relationships with audiences. It's not just branding. It's a social contract about vulnerability and interdependence. Closing thought. Where does this go from here? If Kelly genuinely leans into Kiinicki as a core collaborator, whether as a friend or a partner, the dynamic could deepen into new creative projects, from fashion collaborations to tattoo-based storytelling or even ventures tied to hair artistry and style. The question I'm leaving you with: how do you interpret a public figure redefining their inner circle in real time? Is this a new standard for resilience in the social media era, or just a fashionable moment that will wane as life moves forward? I'd love to hear your take in the comments. Do you think this friendship signals a substantive new chapter, or is it a stylish chapter in a longer, private story? If you found this framing helpful, consider what other public figures' inner circles reveal about their healing journeys. Personally, I think the most compelling parts are the unguarded moments, the tattoos, the casual outfits, the shared looks, that hint at a deeper, ongoing negotiation between privacy and visibility in a world that never really sleeps. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this analysis, hit like, subscribe for more creator-driven takes, and tell me which aspect you want me to unpack next: the role of friends as collaborators in celebrity storytelling, or the ethics and psychology of rumored relationships in fame.